It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Timberwolves come into town for this one. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. Right now, the Pelicans are back in town for just one game and looking to play well for their home fans. They've put it all together over the course of their last 7 games. They've only had 1 loss over that span.
Yeah, and the atmosphere in this building is incredible. And as that win streak continues to grow, the fans' excitement has grown right along with it. And now we've reached that point where it's considered a frenzy.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Marion is out there with Duncan. And it's McAdoo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Archibald. Sweet little floater. Well, for those teams already expected Clark to go deep into the playoffs around this time of year, how easy do you think it is to just go through the motions and maybe not tighten the screws as much as you should?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I never had the experience of being a player on a playoff team, but I did broadcast a number of the outstanding Pacers teams. And it is tough in the long haul of the season for teams that are fighting for potential championships to stay engaged fully during the regular season. There is a period, and I think most really good teams will admit it, that they aren't as focused because they're excited for the playoffs to start, and they just have to work themselves through those dog days of the regular season.
Here's Archibald. Pass to Chenier. 5 to shoot. Kicks to Duncan. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
Yeah, you got to honor Duncan from the mid-range. When he's got space to shoot, he does not hesitate.
Earlier, David Aldridge had a chance to speak with head coach Alvin Gentry. D.A., what'd you find out?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, it's no secret that speed is this team's strong suit, and their coach thinks that they're going to play to that strength. He said there's no reason to hold back. We want to push the action as much as possible, dictate pace, and play the game on our terms. We'll see if they can pull that off tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. So it's the Timberwolves now, following the score by New Orleans. Hits it from 3-point range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And Stackhouse kicks to Monroe. Misses the 3. Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. They get it back. Passes it to Archibald. Here's Chenier. 17 points for him last game against Orlando. Takes a 3. He can't get that one. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
Here's Archibald following the score by New Orleans. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Back to Duncan. Deflects the pass. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
And checking out the stats for Duncan. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 3rd in blocks. 16th in rebounding. And he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. Here's Archibald. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Rebounded by Chambers. Pass to Monroe. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And the basket by Chambers.
And you gotta like how Mullen looks for his open teammates, always trying to make guys better.
Here's Archibald, covered by Monroe. Chenier gets it to go from beyond the arc. Chenier's got 6.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Now here is Mullen. He's coming off a 13-point game against Chicago.
And I felt like his offense fed right into his deep. He caused a bunch of turnovers. There was just no let up in him all night.
Now here's Monroe following the miss by Sean Merritt. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. New Orleans shooting their first free throws of the night.
Shots.
And that one falls for Mullen.
Chris Mullen, such a good scorer. His form is impeccable, and it looks even sweeter because he's a lefty. He's somebody you have to game plan for.
And Mullen drops them both.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
Here's Archibald. The pass to McAdoo. And the layup falls. McAdoo's got his first bucket of the night.
McAdoo, a talented scorer on the block now. I mean, he knows exactly how to get the position he wants to score down there.
Whoops, they pick off the pass.
Clever, crafty defense. He saw that pass coming before it was even made.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Now here's Monroe. In the game against Chicago, very impressive.
Boy, at 6'10", Duncan comes easy to Chambers, but he does it with a little flair once he's near the rim. He's ready to punch it home with flavor.
Here's Archibald. The lead is 2. Pass to Duncan. Buries it down low.
And you know, Duncan is an incredible talent. He's a menace on the block. Exceptional at scoring deep inside.
Pass to Chambers. Got a piece of it. The wide open look here for Marion. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's Chambers and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Tom Chambers really efficient as a scorer now. Excellent in the post and also possesses a reliable jump shot.
It's his first trip to the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Hoop shots.
The first free throw is good. Both shots good from the strike.
Gotta like the confidence. Such an important part of making shots. Nice seeing a big man knock down free throws.
Here's Archibald. Pass to Chenier. There's the triple. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Fans can see what a team is doing on the court, but they can't see behind the scenes. Clark, in your experience, what are some of the hallmarks of a team with great locker room chemistry?
Yeah, you know, it varies from team to team. You know, you've got various personalities, but I think the one common theme is really a respect for each other and a willingness to sacrifice for each other. That creates an atmosphere for people to be their best. The teams that have good chemistry, there may be friction, there may be drama, but underneath any of that is a real respect for each other and a commitment to sacrificing for each other. And scoring the ball comes easily and naturally to him. He's a versatile player at the offensive end.
Here's Archibald, right wing. Here's Duncan, makes it off the glass. Duncan's got 6 points.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Floats one. Duncan with the block.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing.
Pelicans trail by 7. Here's Chambers. Here's Monroe. Hits the jump hook.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
Tell you what, Greg, it's getting to the point where you assume every shot is going to go down. I mean, nobody's missing out there.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Pelicans make their last shot. Archibald passes to Marion. Shot clock at 6. Over Mullen. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
That bucket in no time at all. Now just a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Yeah, and at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Now here is Mullen. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And it's sent back by McAdoo. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Adams. He's off on that one. Great D that time from Martin. Timberwolves leading by 3. For 3, Hayward. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
It really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
Now here's Bogues. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Reed misses.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Hayward can't hit.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Bogues against 3. Bogues dishes to Adams. Martin with the block.
Got to be careful around Martin. Kenyon Martin's athleticism allows him to send shots in reverse with force. And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
Here's Bogues. After Gordon Hayward's bucket. Inside. Stolen by Martin. Free passes to Hayward. Here's Silas. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Silas has got his first points in this one. Hayward outside. And the pass to Free. He kicks it to Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Tipped away. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And here's a look at some numbers for Reed. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. First in rebounding. And defensively, he controls the airspace like no other, ranking second in the league in blocks per game.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds, what a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. Silas, that's good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Bogues against Free. Hayward looking over the floor. New Orleans making a switch here. Mahorn's checked in. Here's Duncan. He had a 39-point outing in their last game against Orlando.
Yeah, excellent work on the boards that night. Always in attack mode, and that allowed him to get plenty of rebounds.
Here's Van Horn. Adams in the corner. Pass to Van Horn. Adams against Martin. 6 to shoot. Fader on the way. Again, the Pelicans score.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Passes it to Ryder. Kicks to Hayward. Pass to Ryder. To the inside. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
Free against Bogues. Clock at 6. Now the pass to Adams. Over Martin. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
Yep, firing with confidence and rhythm, Greg. I mean, not allowing the defense to take a break.
The Pelicans trail. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Free. Duncan out there with Martin, and it's Hayward, and it's Ryder in at the shooting guard. Timberwolves passing it around. Back to Martin, out to Duncan. Lob pass to Duncan, and again Minnesota will turn it over. Last game matched up with the Magic, a tough loss there.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
Here's Silas. Clock at 6. Bogues against Free. Shot from 12. And it's Bogues missing.
You just make the assumption that's going down. I mean, an uncontested mid-range jumper, I think he should have buried it, but you know what? He didn't. It happens.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Minnesota in the lead. Here's Free. 9 points last game out. Knocked loose and stolen by Bogues. And here's the break. Pass to Mahorn. Here's Silas. Up top, Adams. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Martin. Bogues against Free. Passes to Ryder. He kicks it to Hayward. And another three for Minnesota.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Bogues. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
Anything you can do, I can do better. We got a little gamesmanship going on.
Yeah, a little mano-mano, back and forth. Guys going at each other, giving this game a little bit of edge and personality. I like it.
Martin, the pass to Ryder. Pass to Duncan. 4 on the shot clock. No good with the elbow jumper. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here's Ryder. Lays it up and banks it in. Ryder's got his first points of the game.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Bogues with it. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. The layup off target. The pass to Free. Here's Martin. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Clark, we all know you are one of the best players and maybe the greatest high school class ever. Guys who are now in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame. What a list of names and great players.
Yeah, terrific players, and proud and privileged to be part of that class. 1979 is what you talk about. Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, James Worthy, Ralph Sampson, Terry Cummings. I could go on and on and on, but obviously some of those guys, Hall of Famers, and distinguished not just in what they did in high school and college and the pros, but in how many of them have lived their lives off the court, too.
Here's Archibald, covered by Monroe. And McAdoo kicks to Martin. Here's Archibald. The 15-footer. That one falls. Archibald's got his third basket of the night. Pelicans trail by 6. Monroe, the pass to Chambers. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. Reedy's checked in for Mahorn. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Sean Marion is checked in for Gordon Hayward. Pass to Stackhouse. Outside Mullen. Reed with it. And it's Marion picking him up. 6 on the shot clock. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Reed misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Shooting at a high percentage. All teams aim to do that. Let's see the league's best. The Timberwolves, number 1.
Are just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Chambers against Martin. Here's Chambers. 14 points from him the last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Archibald with the bucket.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Well, I tell you what, Greg, their offense has really been productive this half, and I absolutely love the shots they've taken so far.
Now, here is Reed. He picked up 18 points in the last one against the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, but you can't talk about his performance without mentioning what he did defensively in terms of shot blocking. He was a force of nature.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Monroe with it, bringing it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. It's a 10-point game. Passes it to Reed. To the middle. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And it's Marion in the corner. Here is McLaughlin. He's coming off a 10-point game against Orlando. Archibald with the bucket.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity. Aggressiveness is fine, but you can't be this over-aggressive. I think he's got to dial it back some. They need him on the floor.
On defense, Minnesota. Here's Reed, and it's sent back by McAdoo.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Archibald. 10 points for him. And it's Marion in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Over Mullen. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for him. Marion's got his second basket.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Down low. Here's Chambers. Count it. Chambers got 10.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Here's Chenier. 9 points in the game so far. Inside. Deflects the pass. Reed with the steal. Kicks it out to Mullen. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Mullen's got his third bucket of the night.
Boy, the catch-and-shoot game of Mullen, excellent. Tremendous confidence in that shot, as well he should have, because he's lethal.
Here's Chenier. Pass to Archibald. And it's Marion in the corner. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Pelicans trail by 13. And the pass to Chambers. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Back to Mullen. Now Stackhouse. He picked up 18 points in the last one against the Bulls in Chicago.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
Here's Monroe. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. 9 points in the game so far.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Here's Chenier. He's got 9. McAdoo, the pass to McLaughlin. And another 3 for Minnesota.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
And Monroe kicks to Mullen. Marion with the steal. To the paint. A nice shot by Chenier. Chenier's got 11 points.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Boy, like his intensity, Greg. He's not afraid to take it straight to the rack on the bigger defender. Right at it.
It's good. Here's Archibald. 10 points for him. Pass to McLaughlin. Kicks it to McAdoo. To the paint. It's tipped. Here's Marion. And it's Reed pulling it down.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside. And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
The Timberwolves shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And the first one drops.
And, you know, defensively, you know you're in for a long night checking McLaughlin. He is constant motion and a terrific scorer.
And McLaughlin drills both of them. Here's Monroe. 9 points in the game so far. Outside Mullen. Over McAdoo. And it's sent back by McAdoo. And it's Reed pulling it down. Reed's got 5 rebounds tonight. Mullen passes to Monroe. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
Archibald passes to McAdoo. Here's Chenier. Reed covering. Shot clock at 6.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Here's Stackhouse. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Now, here is Reed. Rebounded by McAdoo. McAdoo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's McLaughlin. Got a hand on it. To the inside, Chambers. Good work defensively by Marion. Minnesota leading by 15. To the middle. Tries it from 9. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first. Both shots good from the stripe. Pelicans trail by 17. Now here's Bogues. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Adams. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper. And so it's Minnesota. Their lead at 15 going into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. alongside Coach Alvin Gentry. Alvin, what sorts of adjustments are you going to make in the second half?
Well, we just got to get ourselves organized. We got to get back. We got to take better shots. You know, the problem that we have is we're taking bad shots and they're running out on them. We just got to take good shots and we got to get back and get our defense set.
Best defense is offensive efficiency. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
Welcome back to New Orleans, everyone. Glad to have you with us tonight as we take a peek at all the happenings just outside of Bourbon Street. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Pelicans trail by 15. Jerry Stackhouse is out there with Monroe. Then it's Reed. Then there's Chambers. And it's Mullen in at the small forward. That's Alvin Gentry's 5 as we get into the second half.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now here's Monroe. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, just a real lack of aggressiveness there right now. I mean, can't give up these types of layups to begin the quarter, Greg. I mean, that's a no-no.
Here's Archibald. Clock at 6. Here's Chenier. Good on the triple. Chenier's got 16.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Duncan against Chambers. Here's Mullen, and it's New Orleans scoring again.
And Mullen isn't deterred by the defense. When he's got position inside, he's incredible at finishing oversized.
Here's Chenier. He's got 16. Marion outside to the paint.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Monroe, the pass to Chambers, and stolen by McAdoo. Inside. A nice shot by Chenier. 18 points for him.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
Yeah, and you can tell they feel like they can get inside whenever they want to. I mean, it's been carte blanche, full menu for them, and the defense really not offering any resistance.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Timberwolves leading by 15. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Timeout.
Everything working for them out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. You look at the Timberwolves. Right now they're locked into 3rd place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs. And checking out New Orleans, just way behind.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
Here's Chenier. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Duncan against Chambers. And that one's good. Duncan's got 10 points.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
Here's Stackhouse. And too long on the shot.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Passes it to McAdoo. Down low, Duncan. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Chambers got his 4th rebound in this one. Mullen passes to Stackhouse. Here's Chambers. Monroe outside. Over Archibald. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Minnesota leading by 20. McAdoo, the pass to Archibald. To the middle. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Monroe, right side. He kicks it to Stackhouse. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Oh, nice, strong drive there. If that's who's going to be guarding him, then he's got some weight to throw around.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for Minnesota?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Timberwolves leading by 17. Here's Archibald. 10 points for him. Here's Ryder. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
One shot.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Get open.
Pelicans trail by 20. Here's Chambers. He's got 10. Mullen passes to Chambers. Kicks to Reed. And he gets it to go.
Hey, and when guys at this level are that close to the basket, they ain't missing. I mean, especially when there's no defense in the neighborhood.
Here's Ryder, covered by Stackhouse. It's tipped. They retain possession. Out to Marion. Duncan, the pass to Ryder. 5 to shoot. Top of the key jumper, no good. And so it's Monroe with it, bringing it up for New Orleans. They trail by 18.
He's just able to shoot over people at a high rate.
And you were a good defender, Greg, so you tell me, how do you guard that? I mean, the height, the soft release, not a lot you can do against that combination.
Now here is Martin. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Wednesday, the Houston Rockets will come into town.
And you know, for that Knicks game, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And that one falls for Martin.
And Martin seems to have his game face on all the time. Plays with a lot of ferocity. A high-flying forward who gets after it on defense.
Adams, he's checked in for New Orleans. And both free throws good for Martin. Clark fast break fundamentals, center the ball, run 2 wings on each side, have another guy set up from outside, last guy trailing. We don't see that much convention.
No, we don't, Kevin, and I'm chuckling because I know it grinds the gears of a lot of basketball purists, mine included. I really don't like to see guys fan out to the 3 when the layup is readily available. It's part and parcel of how it's played now, but I think there's a balance. I think you should still be running for layups and use the 3 in transition, maybe in a delayed fashion versus the primary break fashion.
See a lot of turnovers, too, a lot of missed opportunities on the break these days.
Yeah, great point, Kevin. You're right. Guys trying to get that ball out to the 3 instead of taking the easy layup opportunity. Agree with you 100% there.
Now, here is Mullen after the miss from Tim Duncan. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Pelicans making a change here. Here's Adams. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Out to the right wing. Free against Bogues. Here's Duncan. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
You know, his performance at the foul line this season might be the first thing he points to as a priority to improve.
The free throw drops for Duncan.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's Silas. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Pass to Duncan. Bucket is good. Duncan's got 7 points for the quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Silas. There's the pass to Mullen. Bogues against Free. 6 to shoot. Bogues dishes to Adams. And we get a moment to check out the team scoring leaders. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
Free throw good, Adams. And so Adams nails both of them. Timberwolves leading by 21. Here's Free. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Hayward outside. Just 5 on the clock. Out to the right wing. Here's World B. Free. Off target with his 3.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Bogues against Free.
Give it to him, Lefty.
And here's Bogues. Pass to Adams. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
And Bogues is a crafty passer. Excellent court awareness and has a real knack for finding the open man.
One shot, find the lanes.
Minnesota leading by 18. Here's Free. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Duncan, the pass to Free. Back to Duncan. Shoots over Adams. No good from Duncan. The Pelicans have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. And it's Silas missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Here's Silas after the basket by Minnesota. Van Horn, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Mm-hmm. Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
The Timberwolves have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Free, no good on that one.
World be free. If there was ever a more fitting moniker, I haven't heard it. This guy is unconscious as a jump shooter and fun to watch. Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Passes to Hayward. Duncan inside. Adams on him. Duncan with the bucket. Duncan's got 17.
Major dominance, and it comes so easily for him. Fantastic at getting to his spots on the floor.
Bogues with it. Pass to Mullen. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And that one falls for Mullen.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
McLaughlin's checked in for Ryder. And Mullen drops them both. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the third. Free passes to Duncan. Here's McLaughlin. Here's Martin. And finished off by Martin.
And how about the explosive leaping ability by Martin? A big-time dunker who enjoys getting this close to the basket.
Now here's Bowes. He kicks to Mullen. Here's Van Horn. Covered by Martin. 6 on the shot clock. Knocked loose. To the inside. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. And here's a shot chart now, getting a better perspective on where he's been shooting the ball from.
This has been a pleasure to watch. The rhythm he has in his game right now, the ease with which he's able to release these shots from beyond the arc. The defense just has no answer for him. And if he's going to continue to make threes like he has, Katie, bar the door.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now here's Bowes. The pass to Silas. Beyond the arc. Sinks the three-pointer. Silas has got 7 points in the game.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Back to Duncan. Hayward against Mullen from 18 feet away. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket. 24 seconds left in the third. Here's Silas. He's guarded by McLaughlin. Here's Silas. 7 points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 11. Another one falls for New Orleans. And so it's Minnesota with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
We just got to do a better job of executing, okay? And then we got to get back, guys. I mean, we got to be sprinting back.
Well, Greg, he doesn't sound pleased with his team's transition defense.
And you can't fault him. I mean, Coach Gentry really fighting to get his team more engaged.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Duncan is out there with McAdoo. Then there's Free. Then there's McLaughlin. And it's Chenier in at the 2. Count the basket. 21 points for Duncan.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
The kick out to Adams. Van Horn, the pass to Bowes. Goes up the baseline, off the left rim and out.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. Looked like he forced the shot.
Here's Bowes, following the 3 by Minnesota. Pass to Silas. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Okay, you got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
And that one drops for him.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. A nice shot by Chenier.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, the game comes so naturally to him, easily. I mean, helping to expand their lead as they try to close this one out. He's doing it.
Inside, here's Duncan. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Duncan's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, an array of jump shots there and post moves as well from Duncan, who's a very efficient scorer.
Here's Chambers. Another one falls for New Orleans. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Free against Bogues. Here's McLaughlin. It's stolen by Adams. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Chambers the pass to Van Horn. Kicks it to Bogues. Passes it to Chambers. New Orleans moving it around. 5 on the clock. Silas. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still.
Look at that jam!
Come on now, bring the thunder, rock that rim.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
You look at rebounding now, Clark. Teams relying less on one guy and more on collective team rebounding, especially, it seems, on the defensive end.
Yeah, and you think about it, Kevin, with the space and pace game, positionless basketball, if you will, or versatile basketball that takes place, more guys are spread out and away from the goal. Bigger guys are not always camped in the lane, so everybody's got to rebound the ball, more so today than in past decades because, again, the three-point shots are coming at a rapid rate. Longer rebounds are available now, so everybody's got to be attuned to rebounding the ball.
Pass to Archibald. Duncan scanning the floor. That one a little long. Pelicans trail by 20. To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Chenier, covered by Stackhouse. And there's the pass to Duncan. Six to shoot. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Here's Stackhouse, and it falls over the rim and in.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here's Archibald, covered by Monroe. To the paint, Duncan. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Duncan's got 27.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Now here's Marion. And Duncan gets it to go on the assist by Marion. 29 points for Tim Duncan.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Stackhouse. Pass to Van Horn. He kicks to Reed. Over McAdoo. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Reed's got 4 points this quarter.
Tell you what, Kevin, when Reed squares up, this is where he wants to do it from. That in-between area, his sweet spot.
Passes to Duncan. He dishes it to McAdoo. Back to Duncan. Over Reed. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Van Horn. Chambers kicks to Reed. Over McAdoo. Reed misses.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Mullins is checked in. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. And we see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
Here's Archibald after Chris Mullins score. No good from Duncan. To the inside. Stackhouse, good. Stackhouse has got 4 points in the quarter.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's Archibald, covered by Monroe. Fades back, count it. And that's now 33 points for Duncan.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Knocks it loose. Here's Chambers. Kicks it to Stackhouse. Monroe outside. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
Another one falls for New Orleans.
And you know what you get with Monroe, the ultimate playground player. I mean, despite the sizzle, though, he's about as consistent as they get.
Here's Archibald. Duncan down low, defended by Chambers. And Duncan gets it to go in.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
To the right side. Now Stackhouse. Fade away. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Timberwolves leading by 18. Chenier, the pass to Duncan. To the middle. Here's Chambers. The shot will not fall. Nice D from Duncan. Inside. And Sean Marion with the slam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change, Clark.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you, that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
Here's Monroe. To the paint. Reed down low. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Mahorn. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Tim Duncan picks one up.
And just a poster child for the role of enforcer. Mahorn knows exactly what he's being paid to do, and boy, does he do it well.
And this Timberwolves team, so fun to watch.
I agree. All-star talent on the rise, athleticism, and they can light it up too. Yeah, fun group.
And the first one at the line is good. Chambers is checked in for the Pelicans. And so he's able to get one of two. Timberwolves leading by 19 points. Here's Archibald. Top of the key, Duncan. Pass to Archibald. Back to Duncan. Right wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. And that one comes up a bit short. New Orleans gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Here's Archibald, covered by Monroe. That's tipped, and they'll keep possession. Here's Chenier. Connects on the foul line jumper. Chenier's got 31 points.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Minnesota.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And you can break out the brooms, ladies and gentlemen. They found a way to defeat this opponent all 4 games this year, finishing out a clean sweep for their season series against New Orleans.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Tim Duncan.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And he makes that one. Duncan's got 39.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
Duncan with the block. Here's Archibald. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.